What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Give everybody a second to get in here, to get started. Heck yeah, about to do yoga. Okay. All right. We'll give everybody a second to get joined. We'll be going over some good stuff today. Never get a chance to break my heart. What's up? Missed you guys last Sunday. Get it started in 1 minute. Give everybody a second to join here. A little flexing. Another minute or so, and we'll get started. Oh, it's good to see everybody back. All right, let's get going. First off, man, it's great to see everybody back today, Sunday. Sorry I missed last week, our live stream. I was at the Jacksonville fights, Ferguson versus Gaethje. Sunday I was flying back and had a connecting flight, was up early and literally just flying all day. So couldn't make it, but I was thinking about you guys. But here we are. So it's good to be back. Where's everybody tuning in today from? Where are you guys from? I see some familiar faces. I got Warmere back. Ortega David, what's up, my man? Back. CM's back. I like it. James Terrell says, smash that like button and subscribe. Yes. Don't forget to just hit it, crush it, get in there. Oh, Minnesota's in the house. Okay. Minnesota, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Good old Cleveland, Ohio. What's up, Wizard? Welcome back, my man. Heck yeah. Arizona's in the house. Chicago. Where's everybody at? Let me know. Afghanistan. United States Marine Corps. What's up, Christopher? Thank you for your service, my man. Thank you. Hazel Park, Michigan. 248's in the house. What's up, Jason? Man, HP's in the house. How's everything going in Hazel Park? Holding it down? Denmark's in the house. Woo! New Jersey. What's up, Chris? Morocco. San Diego's here. What's up, Terrell? Man, still blows my mind, guys, that we get people tuning in from Denmark to San Diego, Hazel Park. Man, it's awesome getting able to connect with you guys, chop it up on a beautiful Sunday after 3 events, fight nights in 8 days. That's pretty crazy. We've had a lot of fights going on. Boston's here. Boston all day. Okay, Arkansas. Woo. Poland. Nice. Canada. What's up, Alex? How are you? All right. I'm actually right now I'm in San Diego. Right now, guys, I'm just I'm about 8 weeks out from my fight, so I'm slowing everything down. Back in town, San Diego, California, getting my camp going, getting training. Last week I was out in Jacksonville, so I spent a whole week out there for the UFC fights. And this week now, man, I'm just coming back into town. Did some runs this week. I'm just slowly getting into camp, feeling great, feeling healthy. But right now, man, I'm gonna start focusing on myself, getting ready for my fight. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing here. What's up? Yeah, where's Dana White at? Is Dana White in the house? Where's Dana at? Where are you at, boss man? I like it. So what's everybody celebrating today? What are we grateful for? What are we celebrating? I'm going to start it off. I'm grateful and celebrating just being alive this morning. I got to go for a nice jog to the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, celebrating spending some time with my son and my wife. We have some family in town, so I'm grateful for that. I'm celebrating having a great week in Florida. I'm proud of all my teammates. I'm celebrating getting a chance to watch some fights live, even though it was quarantined. It was a little crazy, a little weird quarantine, but I'm celebrating that. I'm celebrating having the opportunity to wake up each day, man, and go for my goals, go crush them, and celebrating having the coffee in my stomach and the good food. Lots to be grateful for, lots to be celebrating. So let me hear what you guys got. What are we celebrating? Ortega said he's not celebrating anything because Tony lost. I know, man. I know. Celebrating quarantine. Okay. Grateful for the nice weather out. For sure, man. If you're getting some sun, enjoy it. It's beautiful. Grateful for having a job as a bartender back. I was unemployed for 50 days. Dang. Okay. Yeah, man. That's huge, Jake. You're celebrating, man, getting your job back. Man, if you're unemployed for 50 days, had to use your savings, man, you're probably in a place where you're getting a little nervous, a little scared, dude. So props to you, and congratulations getting your job back, dude, because that's huge. You need to have that job, that income, so you can pay for your bills, right? That electric bill doesn't stop just because you lost your job. That electric bill just keeps coming and coming. So, man, it's awesome you got your job back. Take care of yourself and your family. What else? What are we celebrating, guys? Grateful for the fights? Yes, Grizz. I agree. Some great ones. Yep. If you're an essential employee right now, man, be grateful for that, because you guys have your jobs. A lot of people don't even have their jobs right now, and they don't know if they're going to get their jobs back, let alone if their jobs are still going to be there. A lot of people's positions are just getting canceled. People are cutting back. Businesses are cutting back. So if you guys have your job, that's something to be grateful for. I myself, I'm super grateful for my next fight. I talked to my management when I was in Florida last week. My fight's on. I believe it's going to be in either Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or it's going to be in LA. That's what I'm hearing for my next fight in Bellator, July 17th. So I'm super grateful for that, man. There's a lot of people that are struggling, and I get the opportunity to go out there and entertain you guys, put on a show, and I get to be able to make money too for myself and my family. So I'm super grateful for it. Alex says he's grateful for his health. Yes. If any of you guys out there are healthy, you have your vision, you can work out, you can walk, it's just a ton of stuff to be grateful for. And when it comes to your health. So yes, that's a big one. Ooh, Patrick's grateful for his new pickup truck. My man, that's what I'm talking about. A little pickup truck. What kind of truck did you get, Patrick? I feel like I've been on the fence about getting a new car or what. But I just, man, it's tough to get a new car, because I'm thinking that money I could spend on a new car, I could just continue saving it and buy another investment property, buy some more real estate. I have my Focus I've had for a while, just good on gas, but who knows? Maybe one of these days we'll get a new car. Yeah, I agree. I don't think my fight's going to happen in LA, guys. There's so many politics. LA's getting extended till, I believe, end of July. So if I had to guess where my fight's going to be, I'm guessing Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or Florida, maybe Jacksonville. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. Am I allowed to be ungrateful for my goblin face? For sure. I mean, Goblin, right? What is it? The Green Goblin? He's a good character. Hey, man, if whether you have a goblin face or not, you can remain grateful for being alive. LA is extended for 3 months. Yep. Yeah. That's madness, man. LA is like, people are struggling just without being shut down out there, just because of the cost of living is so high, and everything that's out there just costs money, man. You got to be on your hustle. So people that are not getting their work, man, that's tough. That's tough out in LA. All right. So first things first, before we get into talking about some of the fights and everything, we got to give a moment of silence for our super chat champion right here, Jose Armenta. Moment of silence. Boom. Okay, shout out Jose. Anybody wants a shout out to Super Chat Championship? There it is. Make sure to hit that Super Chat and let everybody know you want that belt. You want that title. So first things first, I was in Florida all last week. A lot of you guys probably know the quarantine fight week compared to the regular fight week was totally different. Quarantine fight week was weird. It was literally weird. You know, we showed up, we got out to Florida on Monday. We had an Airbnb. We basically went in and got set up in our Airbnb, and then we checked in with the UFC Tuesday, the next day, and it was very laid back compared to the regular fight week. Very laid back. You know, you didn't have a bunch of people doing interviews. You didn't have a bunch of people taking you here or there. You basically showed up. First thing you did was basically you take a COVID-19 test. You know, you take that one. You guys might have seen it. Dana White did his test live on Instagram, but they literally take this straw, boom, and shove it up your nose, and it literally feels like a straw is going to the back of your brain, man. It was rough. It sucked. So we did that first things first, and then they took blood, man. They took some blood. They prick your finger. They have you smear it out, and they take that and they test you. They let you know in 10 minutes if you're positive or not on the first test, and the other test takes 24 hours. So that was what we did. First things first. Tuesday we did that. We got checked in, did our tests. We went and Jeremy picked up his bag and did his fight gloves and his fight shorts and had everything set up for fight night. And then once we did that, we left. We jumped in the truck and we were basically on our own, man. We cruised around the city a little bit, checked it out. Jacksonville was very cool, very tight city. We went back to the house. We started watching that The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan one. Anybody watching that one? That's a good one. So we did that. We were watching that all week, hanging out. Weigh-ins. We went to the weigh-ins, which obviously that didn't go our way for weigh-ins. Jeremy he came into fight week a little heavy. He did everything right. You know, we were on top of our weight, cutting it little by little. We went with Dominic on the night before weigh-ins. We all went to our friend Chris Patterson's house, which you guys probably seen on Embedded. Chris Patterson, he had the sauna at his house, and we started cutting our weight. Everything's going good. Jeremy feels good. We get down to about 150. And at the night, he's like, hey, I'm going to get some sleep. We're going to go and cut the rest of the weight in the morning. He's looking good. He's not sucking any weight or anything like that. He looks really, really good at this point. And we got about 12 hours until weigh-ins. So we go lay down. We wake up at 5:30, 6 a.m. to cut the last 4 pounds. And immediately we start running into a roadblock because once we get the sauna set up and we get him kind of working out, he starts gagging and has a lot of problems, like almost like throwing up. So we started cutting the weight, and he just knew. He was like, dude, like every time he got warm, every time he started getting hot, he started gagging, he started throwing up. So we were just like, we can't cut weight because how is he going to cut the weight when he's sitting here throwing up and all messed up? So immediately we just contacted UFC. He got in touch with his manager, and man, that's just what it was. He came in 4.5 pounds over. Congrats to Cater for stepping up and still taking the fight. Yeah, so we did that fight night. We went to the venue. It was weird fight night too, because you get there and everybody it's just quiet. Like literally, I remember walking into our locker room and Cowboy Cerrone is there warming up, and literally it's just dead silent. There's no TV on. There's no music. It's just dead silent. He's just standing there, Cowboy Cerrone, kind of like 5-10 minutes before he went out there and fought Pettis. So it was this really weird scenario. We threw some music on. We got warmed up. Jeremy was, dude, his camp was great. He was on point on fight night. He wasn't too nervous, but he wasn't too relaxed. He was right in the middle, which is right where we wanted him to be. You know, we had a good warm up. We walked him out to the cage. Everything's in motion, man. Everything was on point. And even the first round, you know, the game plan with Cater was to get off, not let Cater get his range, not let Cater start boxing. It was basically just to be first, boom, get on him and stay on him, stay busy, stay active. And Jeremy did a great job. I mean, he came out throwing big bombs, an elbow off the cage, overhand rights. kicking his legs, just booting his legs, just an all around good fight, man. Putting it out there. Jeremy got clipped with a right hand at one time in the fight, I remember, but he recovered. Jeremy's got really tight boxing, defense. Who was just staying tight, boom, getting after it. And Jeremy came in with like a big overhand, and Gaethje, man, just threw a perfectly timed elbow. I mean, that's what it was. It was a perfectly timed elbow. We didn't expect too many elbows in the fight. We didn't see Gaethje doing that when we watched footage. Good adjustment by Gaethje, and man, timing was not on our side. It wasn't. On a positive note, though, Jeremy did break his nose after we were in the cage, and Gaethje was even like, dude, my nose is crunching, bleeding everywhere. So he did bust his nose up, but that was it. We walked back to the locker room, and that was rough, man. That really was, because I've been with Jeremy for a while. He's my brother. He's family to me. And to see that happen to him, to see him get TKO'd like that, and to help him back to the locker room, and to see him get stitched up, man, it hurt. It really did. Like, very, very, very painful to see. I wouldn't leave his side. He's my brother. I'll go through that with him. But I don't like that, to see that happen to my family. And man, to see that happen, it just reminded me that how much the competition, they all need to fall. The competition, that's the enemy. They all need to go down. They need to get crushed. Granted, we're on YouTube right now, but I'm not going to start getting too deep into it. But screw the other side, screw the competition. That's what reminded me of it, because what am I going to do? It's like, I'm sad for my boy. Like, what am I going to go fucking beat up Gaethje because I'm sad for my boy? No. There's nothing I can really do about that loss. Jeremy did great. All I can really do is take my anger out on my next guy, Georgie. So that's the silver lining. That's the beautiful part about this, is that I'm gonna take it out on Georgie, man, and to remind myself that competition needs to fall, man. They really do. Screw that other side. This game can be a bitch, man. It really can. I've seen Jeremy do everything right up until this fight. I've seen him train hard, go into the fight, leave it all there, and still come up short. And it's part of life. It's part of this game. It really is. So fight week was weird. My boys lost. It was a tough week for us. Even coming home, man, it was tough to shake off. Just a tough week. And I'm gonna use this as motivation moving forward to beat this next guy's ass. That's it, man. That's it. I'm proud of my boys. So let's start with Jeremy and Gaethje's fight, since we're talking about it. What did you guys think of it? I thought it was a beautiful fight. I thought Gaethje, one thing with Gaethje, which we knew, is that Gaethje will let you do damage on him. He will let you hit him. He will let you beat him up. And we knew that going into this fight. So the idea for Jeremy was to get off, man. Like, do that damage in the first round. Tee off on him. Boom, boom, boom. We knew Gaethje was slick in boxing, but we knew Jeremy's boxing was just as good, if not better. So the game plan was just, kicks, punches, but be first. Don't sit back and let Gaethje get his range. And he likes playing like that paw, boom, boom, boom. And he did. He did, man. Jeremy did good. Gaethje, we knew Gaethje would be tough. We knew Gaethje wouldn't just like fall over and give up or anything like that. We knew Gaethje was going to be there till the end of the bell unless we put him out. And Jeremy was in the motion of doing that. Gaethje, to his credit, he stayed tight. He ate those shots. He kept coming, and he caught Jeremy with a great elbow. So Gaethje is a slow starter. Yep, Gaethje is. Gaethje is a slow starter. And guys, if anybody has big specific questions, make sure to hit that super chat if you want a shot at that title, because I'm going to kind of be going off of my experience with some of these events and kicking you guys some firsthand information from these fights. So, man, it was nice because we could be calling for Jeremy during the fight. There was no crowd, so it was quiet. There was nobody. He could hear all of our calls. And I talked to him after the fight. He said, man, I felt great in there. I was hearing your calls, and timing was not on our side. Jeremy is amazing. Yep, David, I agree. He is amazing, man. Great fighter. The epitome of what it is. Puts it on the line every time. Fights the best guys continually. I mean, Jeremy's granted he's on, he's lost his last 4 fights, but at the end of the day, you look at who he's fought, and he's fought Aldo, Yair, Zabit, Cater. I mean, he's literally fought number 2, number 4, number 6, number 8. So yeah, and props to Cater, taking nothing away from this guy. He went out there and he did what he needed to do, and he caught Jeremy, and that was a huge feather in his cap. That really was. Jason says, "You're a great fighter." Thank you, Jason. Yeah. I think that would have been fight of the night, obviously, if it wasn't for Gaethje and Ferguson. But that was a banger. Jeremy missed weight just because, I think the big reason why he missed weight is because obviously it's no secret Jeremy's a huge 45er, but leading up to this fight, he had it planned for April, right? It was supposed to be in New York, so he was getting down, getting low, and then it got canceled. And Jeremy didn't think he was fighting for a couple of days, so he's eating, he's kind of being a fat boy, being able to eat what he wants and do what he wants to do. And then literally they call Jeremy, "Hey, you're fighting in May 16th or May 9th, whatever it was." And I remember Jeremy's going to be like, whatever, like, bring it on, we're going to go through it. But I do remember him talking with his management and trying to talk to the UFC about getting a catch weight just because of all this, the virus, the fights off, the fights back on, the fights off. So he really was kind of like making weight, not making weight, making weight, not making weight. And then I think as the fight got closer, I think his body was just not responding. His body was just too like sucked down too much, and that showed for the weight cut. That's why he didn't make the weight. His body just would not let him cut the weight those last 4 or 5 pounds. Yeah, Jeremy's fight against Emmett was sick. Yeah, Jeremy, dude, I'm telling you, man, people sleep on Jeremy. Jeremy's 1 fight away from being right back in the mix. So yeah, his knockout of Emmett was vicious. Yes, and I would like to see, personally, I'd like to see Jeremy get a fight. His next fight, I would like it to be somebody that's not in the top 10, not in the top 15. Like, let's give Jeremy a good favorable matchup, because he just needs to get some momentum going and get some momentum in his way so he can get rocking and rolling. So, Alex Chu. Shout out to Alex, man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Cruz said Stevens carried a ref drunk or something to his room. I think I heard that on Josh Thompson's vid. Is this true? So great question, Alex. First things first, you are in the lead so far for the Super Chat Championship, brother. So congratulations on that. And to answer your question, Alex, Jeremy didn't carry. So you're talking about the guy who reffed Dominic Cruz's fight. That's who you're talking about. Keith Peterson. Keith Peterson is his name. So yes, Jeremy did not carry him back drunk, but Jeremy's friends did. So I think it was like when Jeremy fought Emmett. So what happened was Jeremy's couple of hometown friends were out drinking, having a good party, getting after it. And I guess this Keith Peterson guy was out there too, and he was slammed. He was wasted, and they had to like drag him back to the hotel, and it was fight day. So, they were kind of like, man, what's up? This referee's out getting trashed, and he's got to ref these fights. We're bringing him back drunk. It was kind of like a funny story. And then obviously when Dominic fought and the ref stopped the fight, Keith stopped it a little early is what people are saying, what Dominic thinks. Dominic said that he smelled alcohol and cigarettes. So you kind of put the 2 and 2 together. It's just like, hey, man, maybe you shouldn't be out there drinking before a fight. But yeah, Jeremy's boys did carry back Keith Peterson when he was pretty drunk. So yeah, yep, you're right on that one, Alex. Thank you for the support too. James, Crazy World, what's up, brother? The channel. What did you think of Dom's stoppage? I would like to see it go on, right? Look, obviously I'm a little biased. I'm Dominic Cruz's training partner. He's like a brother to me. But we're talking about a world championship fight. We're talking about a fight that will change people's lives. We're talking about the best cage fighters in the world. Cage fighters. We're not talking about chess. We're not even talking about boxing. We're talking about a cage fight, man. No gloves or 4-ounce gloves, no shin guards, no elbow pads. Like, these are the modern day warriors. These guys going out there are modern day warriors. I really think in a fight like that, you should make that stoppage. You should have no excuse. Like, you should let it go so far that there's no excuse that it was stopped early. And I really do. Like, I mean, granted, I can see from Key's standpoint, he can make an excuse like, hey, he wasn't intelligently defending himself. But, bro, Dom took a knee, was getting back up, had his hands down. There was like 6 seconds left in the fight. Henry's hitting him, but Dominic's not going limp. He's not out. He's still there, even though he's not like standing back up and moving. He was still there. And I really think with a title fight that needs to go longer. That's what I think, James. So great question. Great question. So what'd you guys think of the Jeremy and Kattar fight? Did you guys like it? I thought that was one of the best fights on the card, man. I was ringside for it too, so I heard it, and I'm sure you guys did too. Yeah, 3 seconds left in the fight. 3 seconds left in the fight. I mean, come on, Keith. Maybe we can get it going a little longer next time, Oh, Ortega David, my man. What's up? What's up? Is there a way or ways to prevent cauliflower ears? Great question. So, yes, first things first, wear a headgear, right? I mean, in wrestling coming up, if you wore a headgear, because you get cauliflower when you get hit in the ear, right? When you're grappling or you get swatted or punched, your ear fills up with fluid. I actually have some on the inside, so like right here. I don't have any on the outside. But if you wear your headgear, your chances of getting cauliflower are slim to none because your ears are protected. So if you don't want cauliflower, wear your headgear all the time. And to prevent it, just have good defense, right? I mean, if you're moving your head, people are punching at you, boom, boom, you're moving. You can't hit what you can't see. You know what I mean? So if people cannot hit your ears, then you don't have to worry about cauliflower ears. So great question though. Make sure you wear that headgear. Yeah, Jeremy did mess up Bermudez. Thank you, David. I'm glad you like the channel, my man. Glad you guys like the channel. All right, so what do you guys think about Cruz and Triple C? My take on the fight, Dominic, the first round, he was very hesitant. He didn't want to throw very much and getting his feel back. The second round, I feel like Dominic started finding his range a little bit more. I felt like Cejudo was doing a great job hitting those legs, chopping those legs, doing his thing. And it came down to the third round. I felt like Cejudo, man, just threw a good time knee, caught Dominic. I really think the fight would have got more competitive because I think Dominic was finding his range. I do think Dominic would have started picking it up with more kicks, more punches, everything. But Cejudo hit him with that knee. That was a beautifully timed knee. And again, to me, it was a great fight. I would have liked to see it go longer just because I think it would have got more interesting the longer the fight went. But that knee, man, that knee was beautiful. I'm a big fan of knees, right? Boom, I like throwing knees. And props to Cejudo. He caught Dominic, timed him perfectly. Dom went under here, boom, caught him with a knee. And for us as a team, Alliance, timing was not on our side that night, man. It wasn't. Timing was not on our side. So yeah, what do you guys think about Cruz and Triple C? Do you think it was stopped too early? Do you think it was a perfect stoppage? Do you guys think Dominic would have maybe started coming back, or do you think Triple C had him all night? Dom was looking like he was about to start taking over the fight. Yeah. I think your boy got caught. I wanted Dom to win, but he took a few unanswered shots after, for sure. I could see that. It's kind of tough to see just because his head was down and he was kind of like covered up. So it's kind of tough to see like if he was really out. Cruz skill isn't there. I mean, his skill's still there. I mean, he's, you gotta, when you look at it for what it is, when you're looking on the outside, Dominic's been off for a little while. Granted, my man is just kind of been starting to train properly for the last couple of months. And I'm not making excuses, but I'm just looking at what it is. And he went in there and he fought, Cejudo, who's a 2-time simultaneous champ. So it doesn't get much tougher than that. So I think his skills were there personally. I just think Cejudo caught him to the punch, caught him with a good shot, man. And I think Dominic needed a little more time to get adjusted in the fight. Cruz picks opponents. Yeah, you could say Cruz picks opponents. He's at that point where he can do that. You know what I mean? He's a champion. I know there was talks of Dominic fighting somebody else, but Dom was like, this guy's a no-name. Let's wait around and see what happens. And sure enough, he did a great job because Cejudo needed an opponent. Cejudo wanted to fight Dom, and Dom stepped up to the opportunity, man. So what is inside UFC gloves? Nothing. That's just 4 ounces of padding, and inside of it is just your palm. So let's talk about Tony and Justin. What do you guys think of Tony and Justin? Ooh, my boy Ben Lagman's in the house. It was a good stoppage. Tell him take it like a man. Yeah. It's one thing like with Dom, he's got that championship mindset, man, and he does not like to lose. So yeah, I could definitely see that, man. Taking a loss, he's not used to losing. He's really not, and Dom's that type of guy. If like he can find an angle to hit you with, he will. Because he's very intelligent. He's very aggressive, Dom. So with Keith, Dom thought it was an early stoppage, so he went hard at Keith. You guys seen it in the cage. He was just like wouldn't shake his hand. Was this like, dude, you're a horrible stoppage. You effed up, and yeah, man. So that's a good point. So Justin and Tony. Wow, this fight, dude. This fight. Ortega David, what's up, brother? Do you fast? If yes, how so? I do fast sometimes. And first off, I believe in fasting, right? I think it's really great. I think it's good to lose fat. I think it's good to process everything that's in you, keep your body clean and kind of like a cleanse. I only fast when I need to. So if I'm a little overweight coming into camp, I'll wake up and I'll fast a little bit. I'll do some cardio fasted. If it's right before fight's getting closer and I'm a little heavy, I'll do fasted cardio in the morning a couple of times a week. So I don't fast a lot, but when I need to, I will. So great question, Ortega. Tony and Justin. Wow. This going into this fight, this fight was sick, man, just because you have Gaethje who's got power in both hands, kills people, and you got Ferguson who just breaks people. I thought for sure going into this fight, it would be a lot more competitive than it actually was. Tony got it beat, man. He got beat up real bad. And honestly, it was hard to watch. Like, it was one of those fights where I was like, I personally thought in the fourth and for sure in the fifth, his corner could have made a great case to just throw the towel in. You know what I mean? Because at some point during the fight, in that fourth round and in that fifth round, it was just Tony taking shots. I mean, Gaethje was hitting him with hooks, with overhands. I mean, I remember he hit him with a leg kick, dude, and looked like he folded his leg. Gaethje was just not getting tired. Gaethje was still finding his targets. Gaethje still was holding his power. And Tony's tough, right? So here's the kicker. The reason why you can't throw the towel in against Tony is because Tony's known for taking a beating and coming back and winning the fight. He's known for people just getting tired from hitting him and coming back and winning the fight. But this night, man, did that work against him. That style, it worked against him because Gaethje was not getting tired. Gaethje just kept in there picking it up. Gaethje did not lay off the gas at all. Gaethje just played and fought a hell of a fight, man. In this game, sometimes you're on at times, and sometimes it's just not your night. And that night was not Tony's. It was all Justin Gaethje, and he did an awesome job. And a beautiful display of striking, of kicks, of punches, of defense. Man, I mean, the only chance Tony had in that fight was that uppercut that he landed. I wonder if Tony though, if that weight cut really messed him up. And I also wonder if stylistically, right? Because Tony was getting ready to fight Khabib. So maybe just stylistically, he's training to fight a grappler, and then he gets the opposite of a grappler. He gets a guy that basically can wrestle and do defense, but throws bricks, boom, in both hands. So I wonder if that kind of just, played in Gaethje's favor because Tony was preparing for a whole nother fighter. Oh, James, back in the house. James says, you think Tony would have done better with fans there? Ooh, that's a great question. I do. I really do. I think Tony does good when there's more energy. Tony kind of reminds me of like a Diego Sanchez a little bit. You know what I mean? So he gets fueled up on the more energy there is, the more people going crazy, the more people screaming, the more oohs, ahs. Like Tony gets fired up for that, and I really do think with a little bit more of that, maybe Tony would have picked it up a little bit because to me it seemed like Tony wasn't making adjustments in the fight. Like he was taking shot after shot, but he wasn't like going in trying to clinch or do anything. He wasn't adjusting. He was basically just staying in that boxing range and taking shots. And it almost became to me, it became more of like an ego thing for Tony. Like instead of, trying something different, he was more or less like, I'm going to take this dude's best shot and I'm not going to give up and I'm just going to stay in here. And man, and that's what happened. He took Justin's continually best shots, took shot. I think broke his orbital, fractured his eye socket. It was it was a bad one, man, for Tony. That's for sure. I don't know how he would beat Gaethje though. Stylistically in this game, sometimes there's fighters where you can beat 9 out of 10 guys, but there's just that one guy that kind of gets your style and is tough for you. So maybe Tony can make some adjustments, come back, maybe a little more kicking, maybe more closing that distance and with his elbows and clinching and looking to cut him up a little bit. I could say, but as far as boxing, no, man, I don't think Tony should be boxing with Gaethje at all. Leg lock, yeah. And Tony did look a little like his footing, his footing wasn't really all there. And obviously as the fight went on in the 4th or 5th, it was tough to watch because I remember Gaethje just hit him with a jab. And I remember Tony's legs just like very, very just wobbly. He looked like he was concussed earlier on in the fight and he was just getting hit more and more and everything. So tough night for Tony, but I think Tony will be back. I mean, let him heal up, let him get back. And you know what? One thing I want to say too is these guys that fought on this card, Tony Ferguson, Gaethje, Cruz, Triple C, Jeremy, even Glover and Smith and Harris and Overeem and Angela Hill, all these fighters that fought on these last 3 cards over this 8 days. Props to these guys and these girls because the whole world is scared to come out of their bedroom. The whole world is shut down. People are scared to come out of their house. Everybody's wearing face masks. There's this, this pandemic going around. People are just scared right now. And then you got these modern day warriors who not only go out there and perform in front of the world, but we're not playing chess. You know what I'm saying? We're not even playing basketball. Like you're fighting, you're getting down in your shorts, basically in your underwear and some gloves, nothing else. And you're going to go out there and you're going to bleed on somebody. You're going to sweat on somebody. You're going to wrestle somebody. Basically, the most risk you could ever take is what these fighters are doing to put on a show for us as fans. And man, it was just an honor to be there because it showed again, UFC fighters, MMA fighters, Bellator fighters, like we're all those modern day warriors. And I think we showed the whole world that you don't have to be scared. You know what I mean? You can go out there. And even though when the world's against you and everybody's in fear, you can still go out there. You can still put it on the line and it'll be okay, man. It really will. You see nobody's really sick. Nothing's happened. So I really think that this is kind of going to lead other sports into opening back up. Basketball, other sports, MLB. I really think this blueprint that UFC did on the forefront is going to pay off for other sports. Because come on, I mean, dude, we all want to watch sports. It's like not only are we locked up in the house, but we can't even watch sports. So that's a double negative. So shout out to all the fighters, UFC, Dana White, for putting that on the line and showing the whole world what's up, representing. That's what's up. Raymond Martinez, what's up, brother? Thank you for the super chat, man. Supporting the channel. Who wins and why, Khabib or Gaethje? Okay, on paper, Khabib's the best. When you look at other fighters, guys that have beat Gaethje, guys like Poirier, Alvarez, Khabib beats those guys. Khabib has beaten those guys. So on paper, Khabib should win this fight. Should take Justin down, should rear naked choke him, and that's the fight. So on paper, that's who should win. But who do I think's gonna win? I think Gaethje. I think Gaethje is a horrible matchup for Khabib. I think Gaethje beats Khabib. I think Conor beats Gaethje, but I think Khabib beats Conor. So there's like a little trifecta right there of matchups. I really think that that Gaethje has a big opportunity, a big chance to sleep Khabib, to put Khabib in trouble, to connect with big punches. Obviously, Khabib puts his head up a lot here, and freaking Gaethje, man, when he hits you, it's power, it's damage, and on top of that, Gaethje is a great wrestler. I don't think I've ever seen him get taken down. So I think Gaethje beats Khabib. Great question, though. Great question. So lots of damage from Tony and Gaethje in that fight, man. And then you fast forward a week later, and you got Glover, Teixeira, and Anthony Smith. Wow. And we have a fight that, again, Smith got his eye socket broken, fractured his orbital. You have a referee now, instead of being like Keith Peterson and possibly stopping it too soon, you have another referee that lets it go, just lets it go and knocks his teeth out. I mean, Anthony Smith got his teeth knocked out too. That's a bad day in the office, boys and girls. That's a bad day in the office. Props to Anthony Smith for being tough as nails. Handing the referee his teeth. Damn, that's gangster as hell. That's gangster. You have the referee. Props for giving Anthony an opportunity to go forward and to continue fighting. But Anthony got beat really bad, and that's again that comes down to the game. You know what I mean? Like I said it once earlier. We're not playing chess. We're not playing checkers. This is a cage fight, and you can get hurt in there. And over this last couple of events, those are some of the most vicious beatings I think I've seen people take in a while. From Tony getting beat up and Smith getting beat up. Those were two heavy beat downs that I haven't seen in a while. I mean, come on, man. I mean, when was the last time you seen a fighter hand his teeth off to the ref, or when was the last time you seen somebody take so many shots like Tony took? That's insane. That's insane, man. So props to those guys for being gangster, hanging in there. I just wonder if what that toll takes, right? So that fight with Tony, did that take years off of his life? I mean, will his chin ever be the same? Same thing with Anthony Smith. I mean, when he gets hit in the face, will his face ever be the same? Will that eye socket be broken, continuously? I don't know. And yeah, I mean, Thomas said Anthony's corner are blind or greedy. As a cornerman, I just feel like you need to know your fighter. I think you just need to know your fighter. Obviously, somebody like Tony, again, for example, that he is known for taking beatings and coming back and winning. So obviously, if he's taking damage, you're thinking, man, maybe he's gonna, get the momentum going. Maybe he's gonna bring it back. Let's keep him in there. Let's not stop this fight. Anthony, on the other hand, though, I don't think Anthony is really known as much for taking big beatdowns like that. So I personally, if I was in the corner and my fighter was taking damage like that and he wasn't known for that, I would have probably stopped it. You don't need to break your eye socket, your teeth knocked out. Like you can come back again. Because I mean, dude, if you mess your eye up and you can't ever fight again, it kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? It's like kind of survive today and fight again tomorrow. So yeah, that was tough to be in that corner. Greedy. All they're thinking about is more money when it comes to Anthony's corner. I mean, I personally don't know Anthony's corner. That's kind of like a bold statement to make, just to say, oh, they're keeping it going for money. From what I've read and I've seen of Anthony, he's a warrior. He really has that winner's mindset and he wants to win. So maybe the corner was just very confident in him. That's all I can think of. Yeah, and what about Francis Ngannou, man? Oh my God, Francis, dude. You know what? Francis's fight when he beat that guy, it reminded me of a lion just taking down a gazelle, just like literally, like Francis shifted, bop, 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 and oh boy was just out, and Francis was just over. I'm like clink, 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 and the referee stopped him, and he just looked up at the referee like, all right, it's over. So that dude is scary. That reminded me of straight up like a lion, just boom, pouncing on its prey, boom, getting it down, breaking its neck, and just ending it right there. What was that? 30 seconds into the fight or something like that? I mean, yeah, dude, Francis is a savage. That dude, and I'm pretty sure he started talking about sorry, I'm just closing out some of these notifications. I'm pretty sure Francis started talking about how there's nobody in the heavyweight division for him. How he's they need to get him some better fighters and stuff. So props to Francis, dude, because that's gangster. You're on a level where you're like, dude, there's no heavyweight fighters in this division for me. I'm just light years ahead of him. And besides the champion, he is, man. He got that knockout power. So we'll see if he gets another rematch with Daniel Cormier, or if maybe, or who is it, or Stipe, whoever he fought before. We'll see, because Stipe and Daniel, I think, are the next ones fighting. So what besides the bad stoppages, did you guys watch the fights last night? Because that night should have been called bad decisions. Oh my gosh, Chito Rivera and that Dong guy. I thought Chito guaranteed won those couple of fights, or those couple of rounds. I mean, Chito was, elbows, kicks, knees, mixing it up, good boxing, staying tight defense. I feel like that Dong guy, he got a gift against that Cody Statement too, because I remember Cody beat him and the judges called it a draw. So, oh my gosh, like that dude's been gifted. Dong has been gifted, because I thought Chito beat him, and even Edson Barbosa fight, I thought Edson beat that guy. I mean, the guy was tough. The guy hung in there, but I really think Edson did more damage. I think Edson dropped him. So I thought Edson won that fight too, and they gave it to the other guy. I'm like, all right, I don't know what the judges are looking for, or if they're drinking Grandpa's old cough medicine, or what they're doing, or I don't know. Maybe they're blind. I don't know. But those decisions were horrible. And on top of that, my girl Angie Overkill Hill, dude, she got robbed. I mean, come on. She look at this. Angie Overkill Hill. She comes into this fight with Claudia. Claudia is number 6 in the world, former title contender. Like, Angie's, I don't even think she's ranked. She comes in there and she beats Claudia 2 rounds to 1. Damage, striking, points, everything. Just beat her. Fair and square, beat her. And they give the decision to Claudia. I'm just like, dude, Angie lost her her win money. And Angie just, like, that fight changes Angie's life. Angie's in the top 5 with a win like that. That's a new contract, possibly. That's a next fight, could be a number 1 contender fight. For what? Because the judges suck and the judges don't know, like, what's what? I mean, come on. Granted, I'm a little biased. Angie's my girl. I see her growth. She steps up. She fights. I mean, she fought a great fight, and I just hate to see that taken from her. Again, it's part of the game. This game sucks sometimes, man. It really does. Like, it's tough nights. timing wasn't on our side and decision wasn't on our side last night. So, but shout out Angie, man, she's killing it. I'm proud of you, girl. You'll be back better than ever. Okay, so Alex, our super chat champ so far today, is speaking again. Let's see what he says. So Alex says, thoughts on who would win, Jones or Ngannou? Heard them going on it on Twitter. Great question. So first off, I think I'm just going to go off the top of my head with this one. I think Ngannou would get Jones, man. Here's my thing is Jones has been in so many wars, has taken so much damage, and Jones has fought so many times that people have so much footage on Jones. Like, there's nothing really new Jones can do. Like, everybody kind of knows what Jones is going to do. And on top of that, like, Ngannou's just so much bigger. I don't see Jones taking Ngannou down. I see it having to stay on the feet. And I don't think anybody striking-wise is messing with Ngannou. I mean, look what he did to Overeem, dude, who's one of the best kickboxers ever. I mean, he slept over him so bad. The power that Ngannou has, I feel like it just gives Jones a lot of trouble. Granted, Jones is the best fighter in the history. Multiple-time champion, defended it. I feel like it would be interesting to see for sure. But if I had to call it, I see Ngannou just being too big, too overpowering. But I do see it as an opportunity for Jones to go out there and to test himself. Because, look, Jones is in a place right now, guys, where Jones, it's hard to stay motivated. You can just see him as a fighter and a champion. He's like, okay, who am I fighting? Anthony Smith, who else? It's like he's beating everybody. So for him to go out there and test himself against Ngannou, I would like to see that, because maybe that's a new motivation for Jones. Maybe that's the motivation he needs to stay grounded, to stay focused, and to bring out the best in him. So I would like to see that fight. So, Alex, great question. I would have to take Francis, though, right now. Great question. Oh, Dean, the defending or former champion, Super Chat champion, coming in the house. Thanks for my Instagram support. How much is it to watch my training tape to see what I need to work on? Ooh, send it over. I don't know. We'll discuss that. But off the top of my head, we'll see what's up. So, Dean, thank you for supporting that channel, though. Anybody that's on Instagram, make sure you guys go follow Dean. He's from the Hamtramck area, Michigan boy, representing. So go give him a follow and a what's up. So, Dean, thank you for supporting that channel. I believe you and Alex are tied right now, I believe. So thank you for the support, brother. Keep kicking butt. I seen that new Mercedes you have too, man. That's gangster. But I wonder how much you paid for that, and if you could have saved that and invested that instead. I got to give you some stuff. That's a nice car, though. Nice car. Okay, so did any of you guys see? I did an article on MMA Junkie, and it was like a couple of days ago. But we were talking about what's been going on. Gave the YouTube a shout out. Talked a lot about connecting with my fans, my fam on YouTube. So if you guys didn't check that out, go check out MMA Junkie, because it's a cool article. We talk a little about our channel here, what it's about, and I thought it was a cool article. And yes, I talked about my next fight with Georgie, and I do want a title shot after my next fight. Granted, I already know people are going to be crying, oh, you need to beat this guy, you need to do this. Oh, like, I'm at that point now where it's like I'm calling it now. I already feel like I beat their number one contender in Benson Henderson. I go out there and I beat Georgie, another company guy that's been around. That puts me in right up there. So why am I going to sit around and say this or that? Like, no, I want a title shot. Like, I feel like Chandler is going to be leaving the division. I feel like he might be going to another organization. So I go out there. I have a great performance with Georgie. I'm in line for a title shot. And if people don't like it, or if any other fighters got something to say, they can deal with it, because that's what it's going to be. So you guys already know, have a great performance, get that title shot next, new contract, and I'm going to get that announcing gig. So that's what we're talking about in the article. Check it out if you guys haven't seen it. It's a good article. So we got a little bit time left, guys. What do you want to talk a little bit more about MMA, or let's open it up. Do you guys have any MMA questions, or we can talk a little about finance and investing? Because I wanted to talk what I'm doing right now. So here's what I'm doing financially. Okay, I'm saving my money. I'm making money. I'm saving it. This next fight, my last fight, I saved my money. This next fight, I'm going to save my money. Rental income, I'm just saving it. And right now, I'm keeping an eye on the markets, and I'm staying educated. So I'm paying attention to what the Fed's doing. I'm paying attention to what the government's doing. I'm paying attention to unemployment, this whole pandemic, this virus, and I'm getting prepared is what I'm doing, guys. Because this is the thing, financially and investing wise, the people who become the most successful are the most prepared. Kind of like a fight, right? It's the same exact thing. Like, you're going to get the best deals and you're going to get the best opportunities because you're prepared. So right now, I'm stacking my money. I'm keeping an eye on what the markets are doing, what the Feds are doing, what the government's doing. And I'm keeping an eye on my real estate markets that I like. I'm constantly every day, every couple times a day, I'm looking to see what's available and what's on for sale. So far, I haven't seen any price drops in the Midwest where I like to invest in. I've seen some price drops in Southern California, but I don't invest here. I don't invest in Southern California. I own my primary home here, my secondary home. I own and I have it here, but this is a personal play. I don't invest in California. I see the prices coming down here, so I'm keeping an eye to see if they come down in the Midwest. And if they do, and I see a good opportunity for a price for a piece of property, I'm snagging it. I'm jumping on it like Francis jumped on Oli guy, dude. Fucking bing, 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 bing. And I'm snatching that investment up. So I'm staying prepared. I'm staying educated. I'm saving my money, and I'm getting ready to jump on these deals and these opportunities when they come out. Because we got a lot of unemployment right now. Unemployment's at 15+%. The government's pumping $2 trillion into the economy. So there's a lot of money floating around. Businesses are still shut down and only doing, takeout or carry out. And the ones that are opening up are only able to go to 25% capacity. So there's a lot of unknowns. I really think in the next 6 months to a year, you're going to see some of these people that just can't afford to have their property or have their real estate deal that they have it. If they weren't educated and they didn't run their numbers and make sure they did it right, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of opportunity because the market's overinflated right now, man. People are buying properties for $100,000 and just trying to resell them for $150,000. For what? Like, why? What makes you think that, you know what I mean? You can just buy it for $100, sell it for $150. I'm looking to take advantage of greed. That's what I'm looking to do, and that's why I'm staying prepared. So anybody out there, keep saving your money, keep getting educated, keep an eye on what the markets are doing, and stay educated. So when those deals pop up, you can jump on them and be ready, because that's my rant for investing and finance. Educate yourself, save your money, keep working hard, keep making money, and stay educated, because when that opportunity comes, you need to jump on it. Okay, so we have a couple of questions here. Oh, let's start with execution. What's up, brother? What's up? What happened with Stevens in the fight? Was a joke. I'd have to disagree with you, man. I don't think there was anything a joke about that fight. Jeremy came out, fought hard. He missed weight. His body wasn't responding. I mean, what do you do, right? It stuff happens in this game. We come in a little more prepared with the weight cut better next time. But as far as a fight, I feel like Jeremy did great, man. I feel like there's nothing more he could have done. Calvin just caught him with a good elbow. So, yeah. So Jose Armenta, he was our defending champion. Comes in. Hey, Myles, give me a shout out in your next fight interview. Oh, if I can remember, man, maybe I'll do that. But usually I'm so fired up about whooping some butt that I just kind of go a little crazy on that mic. So, but yeah, thank you for the support to the channel, Jose Armenta. I think Jose's a 2 or 3 time champion of the Super Chat. So shout out, Jose. Dean Nasser coming back in. $25K to your bumper to bumper warranty. LOL. I'll send tape in 2 months. $25K to your bumper to bumper warranty. Okay, so $25K, so you got a 2-year warranty on it. I'll send tape in 2 months. I believe that's what you're talking about, Dean. But if so, that's a good price for a Mercedes. I mean, $25K. It's a beautiful car. keep doing what you're doing though. I would say try and like market that car online. I know Dean, you have your YouTube channel starting up. You have your Instagram. You're starting to build that up. So use that car, that 25 grand that you spent on that car. Use it in your videos, man. Use it in your social media, because that way it's a write off. And on top of that, you can possibly build your brand and put that car to use to make more money. So shout out to Dean too. Dean is a defending champion as well, and I think he just took over Alex's spot. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Alex was in here for a little bit, but now it's Dean, the defending champ. So yeah, Dean, I would do that, man. I would think, how can you take that car and make some money off of it? And you'll see, some people will get a Lambo just so they can go post videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, nice cars draw people's attention. So maybe you could do something like that. And shout out Dean is the Super Chat champ so far today. He's going to be in one of the upcoming videos on the channel. So props to Dean. Thank you for the support. Evan, what's up, brother? Your message was retracted. So Evan, thank you for the support to the channel, my man. If you want to ask that question, type it back in or type it in the chat. Okay, a couple more questions, guys. Ooh, Execution is back. Execution, thank you for the support to the channel, brother. He says, Execution has a great question here, guys. You ever evict someone? If so, what happened? So first things first. I personally have not evicted somebody yet. I have sent them 7-day notices to quit. So basically meaning, hey, you haven't paid your rent. You have 7-day notice to pay your rent or vacate the property. And usually people, when you hit them with that, they either pay or they move, because nobody wants to get evicted and have that on their history, because then you can't get a new apartment. You can't get a new house to rent. So I haven't technically had to evict somebody, but I'm in the game of real estate, right? So I'm planning on, I'm going to have to evict somebody someday. So I'm not scared of it. When it comes, we have to go down that road. We will. It's part of the game. It's like being a fighter and trying to be like, oh, I don't ever plan on getting punched. Like, it's a fight, man. You're going to get hit. It's real estate. I'm going to have to evict a tenant one day. But so far I haven't. So he also says, Conor versus Jeremy, who wins? Will you join the UFC again? I low-key want to see you and Cowboy go at it again. So Conor versus Jeremy, Jeremy's my boy. I feel like Jeremy's got knockout power in both hands. I'm going to lean towards my boy. I think he can catch Conor. Obviously, on paper, Conor, it should be a for sure win. But that's my boy. So screw Conor. If that's Jeremy or Conor, Jeremy's going to get that dub. Jeremy's going to catch him with maybe an overhand, something. So, and if I'm going back to the UFC, it's a possibility. I have 2 fights left on my contract with Bellator, and we'll see. There's so many variables. I'm going to go with which company wants to help and support me as much as possible, as far as what I want to accomplish, what I want to get financially, what I'm looking for my career. And if UFC can do that, if UFC wants to do that, I would go there willingly. Or if Bellator wants to re-up again, I would stay with Bellator. So great question, though. Great question. Right. Warmir and Jose are going at it on the battle. Ooh, baby. Uncle Dana will ring you, bro. Oh. Okay, guys. Awesome. First off, man, it was beautiful chatting with you guys again. Last week we didn't get to do it, but this week we're here in the house. Shout out Dean for coming back in. I think Dean's a 2-time Super Chat champion now. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. And thank you, Dean, for supporting that channel, my man. Congrats on that nice car. And everybody else, we're going to be dropping a couple more videos this week. Don't forget, crush that subscribe button, or you already subscribed. Crush that like button. Oh, whoa, hold on here. Adam Hassan coming back in. I don't know if Dean or Adam, I'm going to talk to, I got to figure that out, who's in the lead right now. But Adam has a great question. Adam says, when did you start training? Beautiful question, Adam. And I get this question a lot because a lot of people ask me, hey, is it too late for me to start training, or is it too late for me to start fighting? I personally, I started training when I was 13. I had the advantage. I found coaches around me. I found gyms, and I fell in love with them when I was younger. So I started when I was 13, and I made it to the UFC when I was 20, 21. So 8 years, right? 8 years of working, fighting on the smaller shows. But honestly, people can start training whenever. Like, it doesn't matter. Everybody starts in different places. So I started when I was 13. I mean, Jones started when he was 21. GSP started when he was 16. So everybody, it's okay wherever you start. That's okay. That's the starting point. That's your unique journey. You're starting here. So whatever age you start is okay. I started when I was 13, and I'm still going strong at 31. So awesome. Okay, Adam, thank you for the support. You might be the super chat champ. I don't know though. I think it's still Dean. But I'll make sure to get whoever it is. You'll be featured in a video this upcoming week or the following week. And guys, have a great Sunday. Spread some positivity, and I'll see you guys soon.